Hi there, Mom from Mom Cooks and Gardens. So it is the middle of November and we have decided that we were going to attempt to make some hard cider this winter. We went and picked up a bunch of apples, which I'm getting ready to wash and get ready to process. But we went down to the basement, we got our old supplies out just to see what we had. I found a couple old airlocks. This one's never been used, with a little bung stopper. I was pleasantly surprised to see that I had a hygrometer. I forgot buying this. I don't think I've ever used it, so we've got a hygrometer. We have our big, I guess you call it a carboy. I think it's 5 gallons. I've just washed it out. They had been kept in a basement, so I wanted to make sure there were no mold spores. We washed it with soap and water, and then we will use a sanitizing solution, which I had one, but the cap had, I guess, become brittle over the years and snapped, and a lot of the solution leaked out. So we did order some new solution, thank goodness. And our shipment arrived just the other day, so we're gonna unbox that. The last thing I found was an ale pail, which is like a food safe container for brewing. I think people brew beers and things in it. It's got a little hole in the lid so that you can affix your airlock. But I think what we're gonna use that for in this process is we're actually going to press the cider, collect it in this container, and then funnel it into our glass. Okay, so here's our order. It's from Northern Brewer. Came in a nice big box. Shipping time wasn't too bad. I ordered it, I think, on Friday. I think it was Friday evening. No, Thursday evening, and it got here on. Wait, I think I ordered it Wednesday evening. It got here on Friday morning. Which wasn't too bad of a turnaround. So at the time I hadn't yet dug out my old equipment, so I wasn't really sure what I had since I hadn't brewed in so long. Okay, so it looks like we bought a new stopper and we got a new shiny new airlock in there. And we ordered 2 packets of this safe cider active dried yeast. Now this is supposedly to make a dry apple cider, which we prefer dry. We don't like things overly sweet, and I'm hoping that turns out pretty good. So there's that. We got some siphoning tubing, and I actually splurged and got something called Easy Siphon. Now, I have only ever used just tubing, and it makes it difficult to get the liquid flowing. Even if you're working on a elevated surface, once you get that tubing in and let go of the vacuum and use gravity, it can take you 10 to 15 minutes to get it flowing properly. And then as it gets closer to the bottom of your brewing jug. So the problem with using tubing is as you get to the bottom, you lose your back pressure. And if you lose your vacuum while filling or racking your product, it can be very, very difficult to get it started again. So this Easy Siphon is basically a long tube, and it has a wand, and supposedly the tip keeps it off the bottom so that it doesn't pull so much sediment. I don't know. I just felt like it was this time in my life to try something new. You can see here there's a nice picture. It clips to the top so you can keep it off the bottom. And the inner tube, pump the inner tube and the siphoning will happen. That's awesome. I see that now. That way you can kind of like create a vacuum without having to lift your hoses up and down in the air. Good thing to have. What else? Okay, we got a big sanitizer. So that'll help us sanitize our equipment, like everything from the fermentation jar, the airlocks, our tubing, the containers that we plan to put everything in. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah. So we have ordered some bottles. I'll show you what they look like. Okay, here's our bottles. We went with a flip top bottle. We're hoping to produce a sparkling hard cider, so we just felt like these might be a good investment. So they're a nice size. They should hold a good bit. We may have to order more, who knows. But these are nice because you can seal them. This will snap down if I had two hands to do it with. And they're reusable. I'm hoping it'll help prevent us from having issues with like a buildup, an over buildup of pressure. So we got 2 cases of these. Quite a few here, and then another box. So I think that's everything we got. I mean, hopefully it's enough to get us started. We've got the yeast, so once we crush the apples, we can add our yeast. We've got our airlock, and that'll set us for a couple weeks while it ferments. When it comes time to bottle, we've got our containers, we've got our siphons. I do have like some beer bottles and I have a bottle cap, you know, press, and I've got a bunch of old bottle caps left over from the past. So I think we have everything we need to get started. Yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm really interested to see how this turns out. So stay with us. I'm going to next get the cider press down. We're going to make sure that that's working. We're going to clean it out, and then I guess we'll move on to sterilizing everything. Okay, we've gotten the cider press down from the top of the refrigerator, and it's a Griswold, in case you didn't see that there. Pretty old. It still seems to do its thing fairly well. The whole thing comes apart, it looks like. It's got this nice spout for the juice to come out, and it's been mounted to some sort of heavy-duty board. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to place that over here on the counter, and then we'll have our jug down lower. Maybe we'll do it up here. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. The first step, though, is going to be getting this taken apart and cleaned so that we can get ready to use it. Okay, so we've got it disassembled and washed. So here's the posts. This is the trough where the juice drips. We've got our base plate. This is where the juice flows through into that base plate, and that keeps it lifted so that the juice is channeled. Now this is the top plate, and this flat surface is what presses the fruit. Excuse me. Got some fire engines. And the words stay on top, and that's where this will fit in. So then we have the cylinder, the outer cylinder, and the inner cylinder with its perforations. So this kind of sits inside of that. And then this goes on here. A little base plate goes in. Then this will come up here. And one arm will go this way and the other arm kind of like a clock. Clockwise, counterclockwise. And we'll fix the base before we do that, but that's generally how it's going back together. But now that it's nice and clean, I've gotten off any loose rust. I really didn't see a lot of rust, just some oxidation, but I did scour it pretty firmly. And yeah, I'm gonna get putting this back together. So we're getting ready to process the apples. We've got several bags. I don't know how much juice this is going to result in. It's a little bit of a blend. There we go. Lots of apples. So what I'm going to do is wash and then chop them up. So we're washing the apples. I have soapy water and rinsing water. So we're just kind of rinsing them off now. I'm recording. So here we go. If only our trees would produce as many apples. All right, there they go. So we're chopping the apples and getting them ready for the press. And you could use a food processor. I just feel like it's more trouble than it's worth. I'm just, you don't really have to remove all the stems and stuff, they say, but I just don't want to go up the works with the seeds. So I'm just kind of I want to make sure I get the labels off too. Yeah, there we go. Seeds. I'm surprised to see how much juice we'll get out of this. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we'll get. So we're chopping apples and I'm filling bowls, but I'm running out of space, so I'm going to go ahead and start to load these apples in. Really hard to do with one hand. So it's pretty full, about 3/4. I'm not really sure how full I should make this before we attempt to press some, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so we've got a lot of apples in the waiting. We still have a couple more to process, but we've filled this up about as far as I dare to.
So if this is a cooking show, that makes me the wimpy guy.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the pressing plate, and in some of the photos of these antique Griswold presses, it's a fruit wine press is what they say it is, but flat side down.
Number 55 is worked. I'm a Griswold nerd.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in a lot of the pictures, this actually appears to be attached to this, but no matter how hard I try, I can't figure out how to, if this unthreads and goes on the other side of the plate. So we're just going to use it like this. So I almost feel like if we had a piece of wood, it would help, but. And we're going to see if anything comes out. I don't know. We don't know.
Here, stand back a little. Or look at your screen, see what you're saying.
I am.
Okay.
So he's screwing down the top. Hopefully we get some juice.
It's a little nerve-wracking realizing this thing's made of cast iron and it's over 100 years old. I'm getting a little,
Come on, little guy, make us some juice.
I just don't want to shear it in two.
I know. Not seeing anything yet.
I'm really scared about breaking this thing.
Ah, you got it to pop in. That's a good thing.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Because it had detached when we first bought it, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back in no matter how hard I pressed.
Oh.
And I was really scared that I wasn't going to be able to get it back in. And I thought, we'll just use it, but you fixed it.
I thought I broke it.
Oh, and here we go.
Nice.
We're getting some juice.
Nice.
I'm excited. Scott's trying really hard.
Well, I'm afraid is the problem.
Well, let's let it sit and watch and see how much flows out.
Okay. Yeah.
We're getting some. I got an idea. Here, you hold this.
Okay.
I'm gonna set this down. Okay. It's not a lot of juice for all those apples. Let's see here.
Oh, you know what you're gonna do?
Yeah. I'm gonna remove all the roller pins. We'll see if he can.
Look at that. Like you knew what you were doing. All right. This is completely terrifying.
Well, hold on. I want to make sure that if it slips, I'm there to prevent anything from happening. Let's see where we are. Can you see the front? Not really.
Here, look from back. No.
You go like this and look up.
Sure.
Nope, that's not gonna work.
Wait, you.
You need to go again. All right. I'm gonna help steady this.
Oh my gosh. That, I don't like that.
Steady.
No, but you're.
We got some.
This is romantic, but not effective. I think I can imagine myself. Assuming our viewers are sock puppets, why don't you use a food processor, a blender, anything? This idea is dumb.
Well,
people can be mean.
Because you won't get juice out of it, will you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like this. If were these chunks that went in here?
Yeah.
I think if we make it into a mash or a pulp, we're more likely to have success. I feel like.
But the problem I'm concerned with is we're gonna get pulp. I don't want pulp. We want juice. We can't separate it. This
coffee filters.
No, you really can't. So that's what the cider looks like. It's not a lot. Okay. So then let's try a second batch. So do you want to unscrew it?
Sure. Thunk. Should we loosen this and just remove it? That's what these thumb screws are for.
No.
No?
What's the?
It's got to be what they're for.
And let's see, what can we use to lift that out? A little, like a butter knife. Give me a butter knife.
Hold on. Hold on, I have a better idea.
It's very dry.
Off camera, I used an old cut nail. I put the head back in the center of the hole and then pulled it out. I think this idea is not going to work. I didn't make apple pie.
You don't want to keep trying to get all of our own juice?
I didn't say I don't want to try, but if hypothetically this doesn't work,
grab me the metal spoon.
Metal spoon? Not this one, a regular, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here you go.
I feel like it's just super dry. I feel like our apples are too dry.
I don't know. I mean, I can't argue.
Because look how dry this is.
Who's the knucklehead who bought her the apples? There's a place called Verrecchio's that sells produce.
Maybe we have it pressed too tight.
I don't know. I just grabbed a whole bunch of apples and like 7 bags.
See, I think there's more juice.
I'm sure there's more juice,
Let's
but
try less. Look, we fluffed it up, right?
yeah.
We took out half as many apples.
The dogs will get it.
This is easier to clean up. You want to see if we can press it?
Yeah, I'm glad to.
less in there?
Here, trade you.
Hold on, I'm just fluffing.
Oh God, it is dry.
Yeah, right? Like I was saying in the video earlier, I'm not sure if I put too many apples in. Should we only use like...
No, before we... Do me a favor.
What?
Take a little bit of this pulp and just eat it.
Very dry. Yep.
It's very dry. So how are we going to get more juice out of dry apples?
Try it though.
All right. Yeah, trade you. I think this is a lost cause.
Don't know if you totally try.
I don't think we have the makings of varsity cider makers. It popped. You can hear it like sizzling.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
I think so.
All right, put a hand here. You got it. Put a hand here.
I'm holding it here where I can actually hold the press. think that's it. It's as low as it can go. Stop. Yeah, there's no more juice in there.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When life gives you
A tablespoon of apple cider.
1, 2, 3. Dogs eat apples.
Should we try to process these?
I think you should. I think we should cheat. Pause the project.
Buy apple juice.
No. What about water?
No.
No? Apple pies?
I can't make that many apple pies.
I can eat that many apple
I
pies.
can't make that many apple pies.
I bet it tastes delicious.
Get a little cup. We'll try it.
Oh boy. What year is this? The 120th Pimlico Preakness. That was probably one of the last ones my dad went to. Here, you try some first. It has no sweetness to it.
Which means it won't ferment very well.
Right. Here, try some, just so you know. Oh, look at you! Look, are you kidding me? Now it wants the juice.
Not really.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay.
Did I buy this for you too?
You did.
I did.
And I love it.
Yeah. Is it useful at all?
It probably would be if we had juicy apples.
No.
But we don't have juicy apples.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 3 apple pies, and then weird food additives for the dogs, and then the rest we just keep for eating. I think that's where we are. Okay. I'm serious. She had all sorts of stuff ready to brew, airlocks, and
We're still gonna brew.
We're gonna brew?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna brew.
All right. With this?
No.
Well, alcoholic apple pies. Chevrolet.
I'll show you.
Continuity error. It's a few hours later for us. For you, we're just segueing out of a disaster trying to use the press up on top of the fridge from Griswold to press cider. And Mom said, hey, let's go to Mood's Farm up the street from us.
So our apples didn't pan out. We ended up chopping up I think it was like 64 ounces of apples. But out of the 8 cups of apples we pressed, we only got about 6 ounces of apple cider.
And it was hard to get.
Yes, it was. So we're going to use the diced apples and we're going to roll it over into a pie. And then we're going to freeze the rest to make pies going forward this winter. And instead, we went to the local farm down the street, Mood's Farm, and they have this wonderful fresh apple cider, no preservatives added. It's been cold pasteurized, but we're gonna go with this. So we're gonna use that in our carboy. We'll add our yeast and we'll start fermenting.
Asked me for a funnel. Where would I get a funnel the other day? I said auto parts stores have them. She said, are they food safe? They're plastic and made abroad. No, they're not food safe. So let's see how this idea works. Oh my goodness. That actually worked. How do you spell carboy?
C-A-R-B-O-Y.
Carboy.
No, I think it's B-O-U-Y.
Like Life Boy?
Yeah, buoy. Car buoy. It's kind of like that. I think once we get it down a little bit, we can actually pour from the jug.
Okay.
It's getting the angle.
It's always getting the angle, otherwise it misses the bowl.
Alright. I think we got the angle.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Maybe a guy should be doing this. Maybe I should be doing this.
Fine.
Okay.
You're just seeing it hit the side. It's not going down the outside. Honestly, if we're going to fill it to the top, we should pick somewhere where we can slide it along the countertops. So maybe we relocate the recycles.
Oh gosh. Our dog,
We park it.
we have to keep our trash and recycling up there instead of the cabinet that's designed for it because Jake, when I first got him, went into the cabinet and tore the cabinet up. So that was our adaptation. All right, so where's that going to go now?
Well, if we clean all this off, we could slide the recycle bin right here.
All right, we'll be right back.
Usually I only brew up to about here.
Well, I know a guy that'll drink it.
Right. So we've kind of got it where we think we want it. We're going to add the cider juice that we pressed. There was no set. I mean, we could have gotten 4 times this, but at that, it wasn't worth the effort. So.
I think we would have broken the press because it's made of cast iron. I was very afraid.
Yeah. But we're going to add it symbolically to our...
All right, there we go.
There we go.
I feel like I should tell the story about our apple trees.
No.
Nah, don't tell that story. I'll tell you another time. All right, so here we go.
Should we finish this one off?
Yes,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
What if we come down and it's...
Well, let's go halfway.
I don't think we should.
So if you come from where you
We
are,
can always add it later.
this is brother Pat from my high school. If you come halfway to me and stop, and then you do it again, you'll never meet me.
I know, but if we come down...
Pour half of what's left in here into the carboy.
It's too much. It's gonna bubble.
It's gonna bubble. Okay.
It's gonna bubble
Tiny
over.
bubbles. All right. Dawn Hose says stop.
I feel like we've gone too far.
All right. Now what?
All right. So next would be the yeast. Let me grab it.
Let's.
So we're going with Safe Cider AB1, which is a dry cider.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll sponsor us so we can every day say, "Hey," in front of our YouTube video, we take AB1 every day, and look at us. We're fit as a fiddle.
All right.
Those of you that watch a lot of YouTube will get that joke. Howie Mandel, wherever he is.
We probably should have added this halfway and then shaken it.
Right. I'm waiting for the dogs to start barking, thinking someone's at the door. You put a glove on for that? What about the natural yeast that occur from the epithelials in your hand?
Ew.
Ew. Did I say that right?
Okay.
Delicious.
My clean towels over there in the oven.
These things, I've had these since I was like 19 or 18 years old.
Yeah.
Got them from IKEA.
But it's clean.
No, I know, but they're like the never-ending dish rags. They're amazing.
Some of them are, except for the ones Jakey has chewed. I think we're going to use this lock. I've never used it before, but
Okay.
for some reason.
Really? Really? Haven't my people suffered enough? Oh!
What?
Okay.
What?
Hold on. There we go.
Then we're going to fill it up to the line.
Okay.
Maybe we should have done that before.
Who knows? Live and learn.
Put the cap on. There we go.
All right.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
When will we come back?
A couple weeks.
Couple
Maybe a
weeks.
couple days. When it starts to bubble.
Are we? Is this a part 1 of this video, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be like part 1, 2, 3.
So what should people do?
Like and subscribe for more.
Okay. And leave comments.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Anything else you'd like.
All right. Thanks for watching. So not so chatty Kathy starts talking after the video's ostensibly over. Okay.
So I was just explaining to Scott that the idea here is now that everything's set up, we're going to give it 24 to 48 hours. That yeast should rehydrate, come to life. It'll start eating the sugars in the juice. And as a byproduct, it releases carbon dioxide. That will rise up and the gas escapes up here and kind of pushes through the water trap, and then we'll see bubbling. You know, a couple little bubbles here and there. And it will bubble like that for, it could be upwards of 2 months. Very slowly releasing gases. Just make sure your trap is full. And the whole purpose to this is it is keeping wild yeasts and bacteria out, because the jar is sterile, the juice is sterile, the trap is sterile, the cork is sterile. Right, so it allows the gas to escape so it doesn't build pressure or explode. And then when the bubbling starts to slow down and stops, that's when your first fermentation is done. The yeast will die because it no longer has food, and then it'll start to drop out. We'll start to see clearing, probably from like here to here. It'll look very clear, and then it'll be semi-cloudy, and then you'll see a layer of sediment, and that's all the dead yeast.
Okay.
That's when we'll move on to racking the cider. So basically we siphon off the clearest liquid, leaving the sediment at the bottom. And at that point we have to decide whether or not we want to do a second fermentation to further clarify, or if we want to bottle it then. So we're not sure yet. We'll just have to play it by ear, see how it goes.
Can we do it like the Belgians where they keep the yeast in?
No. I mean, you will have some. Unless you're going to filter, you're always going to have some yeast.
I love Belgian beers.
So once we siphon it off, some yeast inevitably will end up in the bottles and settle at the bottom. Because once we bottle them, again, they're going to run out of sugar, they're going to die, they're going to fall to the bottom. They're going to sediment. So that's where we're at.
All right. Is this the end of the video now, or
Yes.
you're gonna suddenly come up with a bunch of stuff to say?
No, that's all. I
Okay.
just wanted you to expect that for the next 2 or 3 months, the house is going to smell like fermenting apple cider,
Okay.
and you should be watching for bubbles. Scott's going to be like, why does it smell like a bar in here?
And
That is why.
And how do I keep it that way? This is after 24 hours. This is what it looks like at the top. There. Oh, did you see that bubble? There. You want to film it till it gets a bubble. There we go. Delicious. Hold. Oh, never mind. I don't have my thermometer. I wanted to see if this, with the temperature of these two, if there was a difference.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're the brew crew.